Good morning.
Good morning.
I love that. You said the girl in red, and I was like, yeah. And then you said white, and I was like, yep. How did you know? It was just pre-planned. It was really coordinated, all in the mind of God. Good morning, CSL Metro.
Good morning.
I am very glad to be here. I'm Dianne Stewart Hamlin. I am the licensed practitioner with Centers for Spiritual Living. I'm also a licensed practitioner for the Agape International Spiritual Center and have studied with Reverend Trish. I've also studied with Michael Beckworth, who is my teacher. And I'm just delighted to be here today and just listening to the music and listening to the reading. I just need to go back to this one phrase in the reading that just really tapped into my soul. Thank you. Anything that can bring us better health, greater harmony, greater supply, or that can enable us to bring these freedoms to our family, or friends, or patients, or students, is worth working and striving for. What a gift to know that we can work for whatever it is that we desire, and it can become so incredibly fun and so incredibly beautiful, but it's all up to us, right? It comes back to us. And I know that your theme this month is about many paths and honoring all religions and faiths. And you know, one of the things that I want to talk about is just that. It's that every journey leads back to this one thing that we all know to be God, the Creator, the energy that sources everything. It is everywhere we are. It is in everything that we do. It is even in the cold air of 42 degrees this morning. God is there. That's the energy. It's the light. It's the air that we breathe. It's everything sourcing, everyone, everywhere, no holds barred. So if we know that, we know that this power, this presence that created us is limitless and it's everywhere. We know that it's here and we know that it's on the other side of the globe and it's everywhere. So that means simply then that every step that we take, any human being, any living creature takes it in the very presence of God, because that essence is everywhere. Knowing that, we now as humans also know that we have this wonderful gift of our own will. We get to choose. Like, you know, animals don't necessarily get to choose. They may choose what pasture they go to, they may choose where they build their, their habitats, they may choose those things. But with all intents and purposes, if they're born in the river, they're staying in the river. If they're born in the forest and they're meant to be in the forest, they're staying in the forest, and they sort of stay in their own designed, designated place to be. But as human beings, we get to choose. We get to choose where we want to be. We get to choose how we want to live. We get to choose what we want to do in our lives. We get to choose how we want to engage with the divine. We get to choose. So it all comes back to you. It comes back to me, because we get to choose. We get to decide. Now standing in that place of recognizing that we're all created out of the divine nature and energy of God, and that we then each have a choice about how we express that. Because each one of us has been given this great gift. Each one of us has been handed this great talent, this great unique quality that makes you you, that makes you you, that makes you you. You are not like anyone else. You are a once-in-a-lifetime being. There will never be another person like you on the planet. So you have come with something amazing to give. It's indicated in our fingerprints and our footprints. Even though we may share DNA, we are absolutely different. I am the only one of me that you will ever know, ever see. People may remind you of me, but they're not me. And it's the truth about each and every person sitting here. So what do? Let's listen to what the reading talked about a little bit. You sit at the foot of the master teacher and you learn all the lessons. Everybody gets that opportunity. We all get a teaching of truth, no matter where we are, no matter what religion or faith we're being raised in, no matter what we were born into, what community, whether it's Buddhist or Catholic or it's Islam, it doesn't matter. It could be Christianity, it doesn't matter. We each get our portion of truth, and exposure to what really is, that God is the creator of all that is, that there is only one God. It's the same thing everywhere you go. So we all get that teaching, and like Joel Goldsmith was talking about, you get the teaching, but only some of the students are willing to do the work. Well, I would say to you that every Every student can choose to be willing to be free of ideas that will keep you trapped, to be free of ideas that will keep you living small, to be free of ideas that will keep you trapped in your head or in a belief system that does not serve you. But you have to choose, right? It's all about, what do I choose? How am I going to react to life around me? How am I going to use my talents and gifts and resources to bring myself the freedom? Because once I'm free, because we are all one, then I create a ripple effect of freedom around me. Once I choose to say, I am stepping out of this box, and I am going to step out into the world and expand upon who and what I am, then I am free, and I create freedom all around me. I want you to know that everyone and everything that comes into your life, you brought it in. Every experience was based on your choice. When you chose to sit back and do nothing, things happened around you. Your choice. Even when you feel that, well, I really didn't participate in that particular thing. It may be an incident that you didn't participate in, but the overall experience, what you do with it, becomes your choice. So, for example, you experience something that is traumatic. It is very traumatic. You didn't bring it into your life. It is a natural or unnatural experience that happens because of participants in life around you. And you're traumatized. Where is it that you caused this? Well, you may not have caused that incident. But then the question is, what do you do with it? How do you react to it? Do you shut down? Do you wrap yourself into a ball? Do you curl up in a ball and wrap yourself in a cocoon and say, I'm never coming out. I'm going to stay in here where it's safe. And I'm just going to go out to get food and come back in where it's safe. And I'm going to be safe. And I'm never going to be out in the world again? Or do you say, okay, what have I learned here? What is this about? What did this teach me about life and about what I want? I was talking to a friend on the phone yesterday, and we were talking about, the choice. What is it that I'm learning? The choice is because her question was, I don't understand why I'm still staying. And the question, the choice is, you stay because there's something that you still are yet to learn. You're staying because you haven't learned the thing that you need to learn yet. So if you want to stop staying and stop being stuck, then really turn your attention to what is being taught. What is the lesson that's coming to me through this experience? Because, we throw all these things around. Everything is a lesson and a blessing. It is. Everything has a lesson and a blessing in it. So don't just sit around being blessed. Also, sit around and actively engage and get into some of the learning. What has this experience taught me? How is it that I'm supposed to, for example, now deal with my finances? How should I handle my finances moving forward because I just learned this lesson? And so you stand in that place and you say, okay, what am I here to learn? And then you make a decision. You make a choice. You say, okay, where is God in all of this? Because we're about spirit, right? We're about the presence of God. And if we really truly know that God is present and in all things, where is God in all of this? Where is the love that I need to give to myself right now? Where's the compassion that I need to share with myself right now because I've gone through this? Where is the presence that I am supposed to tap into right now? And is that where my attention is? Or is my attention on something else? Is my attention still on the pain? Because as long as my attention is still on the pain, I get to relive the pain. But if I shift my attention to where's the blessing, where's the lesson, and where is God in all of this? And then I get to be a presence of love and compassion. I get to even do some of that really challenging forgiveness work. Not just to forgive the person for what they did to me, because that's always where we go when we're talking about this kind of thing, but also to forgive myself for having been asleep in the experience. To forgive myself for not actually having been awake when this was going on. To forgive myself for being a participant, whether active or passive, in this experience. And so I do the forgiveness, I do the release. There is God, and I get still. I get still with truth, and I don't look at the pain. I'll find myself, of course, because I'm human, and Joe Goldsmith was just talking about it, right? We get distracted, so this is why it's work, because we get distracted. We get lulled by, the appearance of the thing. So we start to get lulled by the pain, or lulled by the hurt, or lulled by, the righteous indignation, and we start looking over there. Well, how dare them? I was this person in this situation. How dare they do this to me? And we get so distracted sometimes, we don't know how to bring ourselves back to center. So that's what the spiritual practices are about that are taught at Centers for Spiritual Living. It's about affirmative prayer, affirming truth and knowing of truth, affirming that God is really all there is, sourcing my entire life. The very breath that I'm taking is the presence of God, that the air that I'm breathing, that is also the very essence of God. It is the substance of God that is breathing me. And when I start to shift my attention back to that, I can release the focus on righteous indignation. I can release the focus on the hurt. I can release the focus on that, and I can allow myself to be focused on the love and the presence so that the healing can begin within my soul. Because until I do that, I'm always schlepping around the pain. I'm hauling it around. I've got a big cart, and I'm like adding stuff on the cart, and I'm schlepping around the pain, and I can't move freely because I've got all this stuff, and it gets heavier, right? My movement through the world is harder. It's more challenging. I feel like everything's against me. The economy, because now it starts to bleed into everything, right? The economy, I don't have enough money. I'm tired. I don't have enough energy. I don't really have anything to do. I don't have a purpose. This is my life. I'm stuck here in this hole because I'm carrying around this stuff. Of course you're stuck. Because after a while, when you're hauling this stuff, the wheels will fall off and you can't even move. You're just stuck in a muck and mire of what is not, because your attention is on what happened to you, how much it hurt, what happened in life, what they taught you, the belief system that hasn't served you since you were probably 8 years old. All those things are where your attention are, but you've been exposed to the truth, right? The truth. That's what this reading was. This reading was, truth is hard work. And here's the deal about that. In belief systems, in many faiths, they give you a set of things to do, and it's really easy to follow those rules. I go to service every Sunday, I pray, I kneel, I stand, I hum, I do whatever it is that they tell me to do these days. These are the holy days, I honor them. I show up at temple, I show up at synagogue, I show up at the mosque, I show up at mass, I show up wherever I show up, and that becomes very easy. It becomes very easy to follow those rules and say those prayers that have been handed to us. And they're beautiful prayers, and if you really say them from the core of your beingness, you really get to tap into the truth in those prayers. But when you're regurgitating them, because that's what you've been taught since childhood, is how to just take the steps, do these things, this is what you'll do, you'll end up in heaven. Meanwhile, you're living in your own personal hell because you haven't expanded beyond your own being, because you're still walking in a childlike faith. You're still walking in that faith that says, that immature faith that says, I say these prayers, I believe this belief that they gave to me, this is what I was born into, this is what I know about God, and that is it. When the task that has been given to you is that you are to go out and find your own relationship with God. You are to go within and find out where within your own self God is, and see God in the world all around you, God in the people all around you, in the birds in the sky, on the leaves on the trees, there God is, and you nurture your relationship with God. You have to say, I'm going to pray a different kind of prayer. I'm going to pray a personal prayer. I'm going to have a personal communication with God. I am going to give myself personally to my experience with God, because in the end, as every religion and faith tells us, in the end, it's you and God. So you might as well start the personal relationship now. Why wait until St. Peter or whoever is going to open the gate and let you into that other place where you're working so hard to follow the rules to get you? Why not get into your relationship with God now? Why not get into that place of prayer now? Why not get into that place where you wake up and you open your eyes and you stay in stillness and give thanks for your life now? Why not be in that place right now and start the relationship now? And then watch your life unfold. Watch the freedom that Joel Goldsmith talked about in the reading. Watch the freedom start to happen in your life. You don't have to feel trapped by your finances. True story. I decided I was moving back from California. My dad was well, and they didn't need me there anymore. And I was coming back from California, and I packed my truck up with $1,000 and moved across country. And I have 2 kids. True story. I now have my own business because I believed in the freedom, I believed in the power, I believed in circulation, I believed in the loving energy of God showing up for me, through me, in me, and as me. I knew absolutely that every step that I took, the ground was going to rise to meet me. I knew absolutely that everything that I did, that every step and every effort, I was going to have support, I was going to have love, I was going to have nurturing, and even when it was scary, even when there was anger, even when there was frustration, I knew and focused on the truth that God is all there is, and my source is God is my source. Absolutely, and everything that was necessary was going to happen for me. And I drove my happy self across country with all the naysayers saying, "What are you doing? You have kids. Oh my God, she's lost her mind," and all that was going on. But Spirit was calling me. Spirit was saying, "Come, come. I have something for you to do. There's work for you to do. I have the place prepared already. You just need to say yes and show up." That's the truth in every person's life. Because let me tell you, I am not unique. I'm a little girl that was born in Jamaica, that grew up on Cornwall Street. I'm not unique. I played outside. I played without shoes. I played in the mud and the dirt. I played like any other kid. We made our own toys, and it was great. There's nothing so spectacular about me that's any more or less spectacular than the next person. I was just really made aware of it on this journey, that all I have to do, because I am just like you and you're just like me, all we have to do is tap into the source and say yes. And say, yes, I am coming. Yes, I'm willing to serve. Yes, I'm willing to take whatever gift and talent I have and make it magnificent. Yes. Yes, and in the meantime, while I'm doing that and I'm nurturing that talent, I also can have my little investment project going along on the side, which is my day-to-day work that I do in a job where I serve, I'm of service, and I work, and I have an income, and that's my investment work. But I never give up on my dream. I never give up on my talent. I never give up on what is calling me to be here on the planet, on what I was born to do. And so now, when I look around in my life and I think back, it was less than 3 years ago that I was driving across country with $1,000, everything in my truck. And here I am today. I'm standing in what? Prosperity, abundance, thriving. I am healthier than I've ever been. Maybe not ever, but at least healthier than I've been in probably 20 years. I am running a 5K on a daily basis. My body responds to me in love when I wake up. My body is responding to me. I breathe really deep and healthy, cleansing breaths. I can meditate like on the drop of a dime when I couldn't meditate for 30 seconds. I can now, this morning I sat in the stillness for 35 minutes. It was beautiful. It was amazing. I felt myself fully aligned within my own being. Fully grounded, not just running around, on the wheel that they've put us on the wheel that we've created to make sense and order in a world for us. Fully aligned with the realization that I am not just on a wheel. I'm not just here to get on the wheel, do the thing, and then be done, and then go off to retirement. But I am here to live fully, wholly, joyously, completely, in amazing abundance, in love and light, in excitement. I am here to live, to live, to live, right? And how does that work? I just said yes. I called it forth. I said, yes, I'm willing. I don't want to be 95 or 85 and look back at my life and think, hi, I wish I had. It's too bad that I never, oh my goodness, I want to get to 85 and 95 and say, woo, what's next? Let's go. I want to live fully. I want whatever that fully looks like. It does not have to look like, climbing the highest mountain. That's not my goal. Never going to be my goal. I'm never going to be that chick on the mountaintop saying, ooh, look, I did it. But I have other things that I would love to do. I want to see the world. I want to go out and be in the world. I want to live free and not be trapped by the world of appearance that says, oh, we don't have enough money. We don't have enough food. We all know that's a lie. But we've all agreed to it and to just silently go along like, oh, there's not enough food. When we know that there are people that the food that we throw away just in Washington, D.C. could end hunger in a small country. Could every day, if we got all the food for 30 days that we throw away, we could end hunger. So we know that there is no limitation. We know that we're not lacking anything. It's all about how you use your resources. It's all about what you step into. It's all about how willing are you to get back to your own true self, your own true essence, that place where you were when you were 7 years old and you played full on and full out. It didn't even occur to you to be limited by anything except maybe the streetlights are on and I have to go home. But you weren't limited in anything else that you had to do, right? You could go. You could make a boat out of nothing and race it in the gutter. You could do all kinds of cool things. You made little cars. You made dolls and taught and played and created. That person is who you are now. You just have to let go of the false teachings and really align yourself with the truth. And how do you do that? It's with spiritual practice. You allow yourself to focus on a daily basis in prayer. Allow yourself to be in stillness. Before you turn on the news and have them tell you how your day is going to go or what's going on in your world, take a moment, really. Sit on the side of your bed. Put your feet on the ground. Take a breath. And think about what you want to have happen in your world today. Practice it often enough. Give it 30 days and watch it manifest. Give it a chance to watch your old thinking shift back to the truth of what really is. That God is my source. That there is no spot where God is not. That everything that I need that is necessary for the unfoldment of my good is already available. And I just have to shift my focus and look towards the light. Look towards the thing within myself, because I already got everything coming in. I didn't need to acquire any new physical attributes. Everything was given to me that I needed to live and be successful. And so we step into that. We step into that truth. We get into the silence every day. Just take a moment. Get into the silence. Be still. Get into yourself. Breathe. Sure, there's going to be chatter, especially if you haven't practiced being in silence. Your head's going to start running off a to-do list of things. Come on, get up. We got to go do the green drink. We got to go make the coffee. We got to go take our medication. We got to go do this. We got to go do that. Come on, mom. That happens because that's the chatter of our day. But if we practice, just be still. It's okay, I know. We can do that in 5 minutes. Okay. Let's just be still. Let's just be in the quiet. Just get with yourself. Connect with yourself. Align with you. And then let them tell you what's going on in the world if you must. Then find out what's going on with the traffic. Then find out what's going on with the weather. And if you really need to know about the stock market and what happened around the globe, do that too. And answer the prayer call that is the news. Answer the prayer call and say, wow, I send healing and blessings to those people that are suffering and struggling in the world. And move on with your day. And don't get trapped in the warp. Don't get trapped in that. Say a prayer. Affirm what you want. Affirm your own good. Affirm your own truth. And step absolutely into the knowing that your life is important. You were born not just for a purpose, but on purpose. That you are here on the planet because you were meant to be here. And if you were meant to be here, then clearly you were meant to do something. Something powerful and amazing and magnificent. So do it. And that